Hi everyone. Have you been wondering if it is still worth your valuable time and effort in uploading stock photography and stock videos to the Microstock agencies? In this video, I'm going to show you what it is possible to earn per month with just a small Microstock portfolio of photos and videos. Over the last 7 years, I've been uploading randomly to the 4 main agencies of Shutterstock, Adobestock, Istock, and Alamy when I have the time. But has it been worth it, and is it still worth it? Well, let's find out in the November 2023 Stock Photography Earnings Income Report. So in this income earnings report, I'm going to tell you guys what I've been up to in the world of photography and stock photography for November. And then after that, I'm going to go through all of the agencies and how much I earned with them for the month of November. At the end, I'm going to give you the total amount of money I earned from stock photography and videography for this month. November started out for me full of promise. I had booked an event photo shoot in the east of the Netherlands where I was going to photograph a conference, and that photo job was going to pay me €550. I was also booked to shoot for an outdoor living magazine in November, but unfortunately during a walk in a forest one day I bent down to photograph quite a beautiful red-capped mushroom, and I felt something kind of get squashed in my right knee. My knee was a bit stiff after that, and the next day I woke up and my knee was swollen to twice its normal size and totally locked, and I was unable to walk for 2 weeks. If I did want to walk, I had to use crutches. So the photo shoot of the conference was cancelled for me. I had to arrange another photographer to take over for me, and the outdoor living photo shoot was cancelled as well. So what did I do to fill in my time when I wasn't out photographing? Well, I went back through my old archive of photos and looked at the ones I hadn't uploaded yet to the stock agencies, and there were a lot of photos from Tasmania still that I hadn't uploaded, some nature photos, I think 1 or 2 food photos, and also a lot of Bruny Island. So I uploaded about, I think, 25 photos to the stock agencies when I had the time and the energy. Even though November was a painful month for me, I did learn some valuable lessons from that, and I'll go into those lessons in another video to do with how to manage catastrophe when you're an event photographer. Okay, let's get into the monthly earnings per agency now, and we'll start off with Adobstock. For Adobstock, I have 1,168 images and 75 videos. I've been uploading a lot more videos lately because they've actually been selling for decent prices on Adobstock, and I'll only be uploading more to that agency since the demise of sales with Pond 5. In November I had 25 sales, and one of the biggest highlights was of a video I took with my Canon 70D DSLR, and it's only a HD 1080 film clip, I think at 24 frames per second. And I took this video years ago when I uploaded a video of indoor stock photography to my YouTube channel. And the video is kind of a studio shot. When you watch the video, you'll see how amateur it was and how ad hoc it was that I put this shot together with basically household items. But it's a spoon clamped to a little chair with a white background, and I'm pouring honey onto the spoon, and it's a close-up shot, And for that to sell on Adobe, that really means a lot to me because I've never really sold that clip before, and it gives me a lot of hope that someone on the Adobe website decided to buy it for $8.40. The rest of the photo sales were no higher, or video sales were no higher than 99 cents. That was the only video sale. But I did notice with Adobe, I did sell 5 seasonal photos which were related to the season, whether it be autumn or Christmas or winter coming on. And one of those photos was a food shot, a close-up of some nutmeg cookies that they eat here during the festive season in the Netherlands. And another was of a frosty roof, showing the first signs of winter approaching. I also took a close-up of someone lighting fireworks, because this is also the time of the year where people start to let off fireworks. In total for Adobe, I made $26.10. Okay, now on to one of my favorite stock agencies, and that's Alamy. Unfortunately, Alamy let me down in November. I only made 1 photo sale, which is kind of a bit in contrast with October, where I sold a photo for $55 gross. In November, I only sold 1 photo for $3.05 gross. The photo was a commercial image, a close-up photo of a swarm of red ants, which often come out in the summertime, and they spread across the forests, gathering leaves and all kinds of other stuff to bring back to their nests, which turn into big mounds of kind of earth and leaf matter. This photo was taken 5 minutes away from my home in a nature area near The Hague, and I think that's the first photo I've sold of those red ants on Alamy, so that was kind of nice, but the amount was disappointing. Now, Pond 5 didn't fail to disappoint for November, and I had a big fat 0 for Pond 5, where I have about 550 videos uploaded. But the second or third month in a row, I haven't sold a single video on that agency. IEM, I have a portfolio of around 560 images on IEM. A few months ago, they announced that they were going to stop being participants in the stock photography industry. Then a couple of months after that, they sent a letter saying they've been bought out by FreePix, and at the same time they paid out, I think, about $22 worth of photo sales to me. But since that announcement, I haven't made a single sale on IEM, which is not a good sign, but I'll keep my fingers crossed because I really liked IEM. I enjoyed uploading to that agency, and it was always interesting to see which photos sold. Now for Istock Getty, where I have a portfolio of around 2,000 images and about 180 videos. I had a little bit of an improvement this month. In the last 3 to 4 months, sales have been disappointing, but in November I had a couple of highlights. One of those highlights was that I sold 3 videos. In the last few months I hadn't sold any videos, so it's good to see those sales picking up. Unfortunately, it was also a low light because in total those 3 videos only made $2. I can kind of see that the tourist season and the summer season is picking up in Tasmania and Australia now, because across the agencies I've noticed more of my Tasmanian photos selling in November. And Istock wasn't an exception to that. I had a highlight of where I sold a photo of the summit of Mount Wellington, which overlooks Hobart in Tasmania. And that photo sold for $6.62, which I think is my highest photo sale for a few months with Istock Getty. Another photo of Tasmania was when I was walking through a wilderness area in the southwest of the state in a place called Loon River. And I took a photo of a walking board or a wooden board walking path going through the forest. And that photo sold as a commercial for $1.85. The other one was also a commercial photo. I sold an editorial photo of a big Airstream caravan being towed by a four-wheel drive truck when I was in Richmond in Tasmania, and that photo sold for $1.20. In total, I earned $16.10 for Istock Getty in November. Okay, now to Shutterstock, where I have a portfolio of 2,540 images and 201 videos, which has been accumulating over that 7 years that I've been uploading to this agency. The month started out very slow for Shutterstock, and it was only in the last week that I started getting some decent sales with video and photos, and it kind of saved my month across the board for stock photography in November. I had 47 sales in total, and also that includes 4 video sales. Some of the photo highlights were of a commercial image I took in Tasmania once again at a wildlife sanctuary, and I got down low and took a close-up photo of a Tasmanian forester kangaroo's paw, and that paw has some pretty impressive claws coming out of it. I don't know if many people realize it, but the claws on kangaroos can be like 5 centimeters long. 5 centimeters? No, maybe 3 centimeters long, but they're pretty impressive, and I think they use them to traditionally defend themselves from other rivals when they're mating and competing for females. They can also use those claws to defend themselves against predators such as dingoes or I suppose in Tasmania a few hundred years ago, the thylacine or the Tasmanian tiger. That photo, which is a commercial photo, earned me $6.77. Another photo was an editorial photo taken in the Netherlands of Haarlem Central train station, and that earned me $2.32 as an editorial. And another one that I was happy to sell was when I went up into one of the high buildings in The Hague. I think it was a hotel, and I went to the reception and I asked them if I could go up to one of the top floors and just take a photo of the skyline of The Hague and the buildings in the central business district around The Hague Central Station. They let me do that, and I think I used my long 70 to 200 millimeter f2.8 Sigma lens to take this photo, which is kind of a packed in photo of the tall buildings and the modern skyline of The Hague. That only earned me 62 cents, but I was happy to sell it. Okay, now on to video, and I sold a 4K 60p clip that I took with my iPhone SE 2020. When I was in Tasmania, it was a commercial clip, and I was visiting a pond that had Atlantic salmon in it. And I just videoed the salmon as they were being fed and swimming under the water and occasionally breaking the surface to feed. And that video earned me $16.94. I knew that video would do well for me because in the Northern Hemisphere, Atlantic salmon have been reduced drastically in numbers, and the rivers that they go up, they swim up to and breed, have been damaged by civilization or humans, So they're not breeding as much as they used to, and they're still an important food source. So I think having a photo or a video of these big healthy salmon swimming around is quite sought after. I also sold 2 videos of the poor old northern gannet trapped in plastic on the beach near The Hague, and those 2 videos sold for $23.26 as commercial videos. In total, my best month for probably half a year with Shutterstock now, and I earned a total of $62.81 in November for Shutterstock. Okay, how much did I earn in total for the month of November from stock photography and stock videography? Well, if you've gotten anything out of this video, please show your appreciation by smashing that like button, and that will help me in the YouTube algorithm. In total for November 2023, I earned $112. I was really saved this month by the welcome increase in video sales. Over the last 2 or 3 months, videos have been very seldomly selling, but in November I was really saved, particularly with those Shutterstock sales. Even on the last day I got a decent video sale, so I really welcome that. Out of the $112 total for November, $55 of that was earned from videos. How about you guys? Are you happy with your monthly total for November? Did video perform well for you? I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. Until next time guys, all the best. Bye.